Hey guys, it's Gordon Anderson here, rector of St. Albans Anglican Church in Joppa, Maryland. Thanks for tuning in. Today I want to tell you about the exterior phase of our building project. So let's get started. This is our church here in Bucolic, Harford County, Maryland. As you can see, and you'll hear throughout the video, we are on a rather busy road, a feeder road called Old Joppa Road, which connects to Route 152 and goes right down to Interstate 95. There's tons of traffic, and the time I'm shooting this, it's kind of getting near rush hour. But all that's to say that this church is in a really good location. It's easily accessed by people from all over the Baltimore metro region in a community that historically was very farmy and horsey, and now it is still that a little bit, but there's lots and lots of suburban growth. So things are going to be looking good here for St. Albans in the future. All right, I got to see if I can cross the street here without getting run over. It's really crazy. I'm going to make a run for it. Oh, almost got run over. Super busy. All right, now's my chance. The Lord's blessing me. I'm still alive. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take you around the building and the property and show you what we have, what everything is, what it looks like, and then I'm going to take you back around and show you how it's going to be once we do the building project and all the exterior work. So let's go. Here is the church facing Old Joppa Road. This is a 1920s era two-room schoolhouse that was once across the street and was given to St. Albans when we started out and transported to this land, which was donated to us and turned into a church. This addition was added in the early 1990s by Father Jack Cupper, the first priest of St. Albans. It's a small parish hall, and that enabled the church to have more activities because the schoolhouse really just consisted of the entranceway there, the entrance porch, and the building itself that was used for a church. So this small space enabled the parish to gather for dinners and have activities. You see there was a small entrance there that was put onto the building. We no longer use that. It is redundant. And there's an entrance right down there that goes to the parking lot. This is the portion of the addition that faces the parking lot that was put in by Father Jack Cupper. Now, next to that is another small addition that was added under the leadership of Father Mark Clavier. This is a parish hall with an undercroft or a basement and an office and a small vestry. You see here our grounds, the front of the church, our parking lot. We have some field here, some neighbors. And if you see where the corner of that fence is down there, if you draw an invisible line from that up to the road, that's our property line on that side. Looking the other direction in the parking lot, we walk towards the field. Our land actually goes a little bit into that pasture, but it's all septic reserve, and we can't use it for building. And then the property extends this way down to that fence. There's the back corner of the parish hall, and you see the parish hall that Father Clavier built has a small porch, an entrance into it from the side. And then on the back part of the parish hall, we have this very old handicapped entrance. So each portion of the building has two entrances to it. The church has two entrances, as I will show you in a moment. The red doors in the front that we saw, and then there's an entrance off the back. The Father Cupper addition has two entrances, The redundant one we do not use, and the one off the parking lot. And the Clavier edition has two entrances, this one and the red steps on the other side that we just saw. More on that in a minute. This courtyard is used for bonfires, Easter egg hunts. Kids like to come out here and play. If you're wondering why we have these large forsythia bushes seemingly right in the middle of the courtyard, it's because this fence that you see was actually right up against the forsythia until a few months ago. We asked the farm if they could move the fence back for us so we could have some more space and do our building project, and they're such wonderful people. They did that without any questions asked. Oh, and here's our friends, the horses. We're on property that was given to us by the historic Olney farm, and we are surrounded by this beautiful pasture, and we have our friends. And here's someone coming right now to talk to us. Hey guys. Hey, how you doing? Come on. Yeah, hello. I have a real soft spot in my heart for horses because I grew up in the saddle. I grew up riding. Hello. Hi. You can let me pet you? Yeah. What do you think, huh? And people love to just come out and, they're getting kind of ornery. No, guys, this is a Christian video. Come on. Be nice to each other. There we go. Hello. Hello. There we go. Whoa, you don't like me? All right, I better watch myself here. Last thing I need is to be bit by a horse. I actually was bit by a horse once when I was a kid, and it really hurts. Let's go talk to the nice one again. What do you think about this building project? Think we'll get their money? I hope so. This is the back of the church. You see that's the other entrance I was telling you about. So two entrances on the original schoolhouse / church building. That door goes to the sacristy. And here we are going around towards the front of the church again. And there she is. Here we are back to the front of the church. All right, so those are the church grounds. Very quick overview and what we have now. And I want to show you now what the building project is going to do for all of this, how all of this is going to change. So let's go. Now, how is this project going to work? All right, so the project is divided into two phases. Phase 1, which is the exterior work, which is what this video is about, and Phase 2, which is the interior work, and that's what the previous video was about. Each of those phases are, for billing purposes and fundraising purposes, going to be divided into two. So we have Phase 1A and Phase 1B, followed by Phase 2A and Phase 2B. We are currently trying to raise $150,000 for Phase 1A. So I'm going to tell you exactly what we're going to do here on the outside, and then what part of the project that goes with. Phase 1, the main thing about it is to add parking. There's our parking lot. We have 17 spaces. It's not enough. The church is barely half full, and people are parking on the grass. So we need to add parking. We're basically adding parking in two spaces, two areas. There's going to be parking in the back of the church, which I'm going to show you now as part of Phase 1A. And then for Phase 1B, there'll be parking in the front of the church. So let's take a look. Okay, so here's the lot. Parking is going to continue on down through here into this field, back behind the parish hall to the rear corner of that parish hall. So if you see where the corner of that parish hall is and the forsythia next to it, that's where the parking in the back is going to end. It is not going to go all the way down to the fence there that you see in the distance, but it will go out this way and give us a lot more spaces. Over in that field, we are going to have 2 micro retention facilities. They almost look like giant sand traps that are going to be beautifully landscaped. And they will handle water overflow when there's a massive 10-year storm event. So they're going to be out there in that field. Underground, we are going to have a drainage system to take all of the water that comes off of the parking lot and any building additions that we do, and it's going to go into the storm drain. So if that underground system gets overwhelmed, that's when the micro retention facilities come into use. They collect all the water and slowly disperse it into the storm drainage system. So all of that is basically phase 1A. Coupled with that is the construction, site work, all of the clearing and the earth moving. So it's a lot of stuff, but it's all necessary because we can't do phase 2, the building, unless we do phase 1, unless we add parking. And when you add parking, you have to do stormwater management. All right, so that was phase 1A. We're trying to raise $150,000 for that. Let's go real quick now and look at what phase 2 is going to get us. Phase 1B, not phase 2 like I just said, phase 1B, exterior work part 2, is going to get us parking in the front. So we will have a lane coming in here and a couple spaces right up here in front of the church, not all the way to the fence, but only up to where those stairs begin on that little porch. So we're going to go here at St. Albans from about 17 spaces, parking spaces, to over 40. Plenty of parking for our church. Remember how I was telling you how each addition to this church had 2 entrances put on it? So now we have this plethora of entrances. All of that's going to change. Right here on the corner, this section of the building is going to be completely redesigned and rebuilt. And we are going to have one main entrance for handicap and non-handicap, for people of all ages and abilities. Everyone will come in the same gorgeous entrance. They'll know where you go in and where you go out. It's really funny, actually, when newcomers or contractors come to the church and they walk in, and then they see all of these doors everywhere and they forget which door they came in and where they need to go. Having a lot of doors is just super confusing and annoying, and we're going to fix that with this project. We're going to have a really nice entrance right here. We will also have sidewalks, actual honest-to-God sidewalks, and really good entranceways into the church. This handicap ramp will be removed because we will have a beautiful new one up to code right here. So this will be removed. And this white and gray Trex ramp and porch will be removed and repurposed. Those red doors will remain as an architectural feature, but they will be sealed shut. With the doors sealed shut and the porch and ramp removed, we will have beautiful bushes and plantings in front of that. So it'll still look like a classic entrance, but people will know that you don't go in that way. Now, why aren't we using that? Because that space is going to be our chapel, Our Lady Chapel, for overflow seating and special services. And the way it's configured, we are just not able to have an outdoor entrance to that room. But we do want to keep the look of the historic doors of the schoolhouse painted red, as churches often paint them. This row of old forsythias that once went right up against the fence when the fence was next to it, is going to come out. We're going to take these out and have different plantings. So we're going to have a lot more room back here to run around and have fun and do activities. This handicap ramp is also going to come out. It won't be needed anymore once we have the beautiful new main entrance I was just telling you about. We're going to have in its place a wonderful porch, a patio area for entertaining, for our outdoor bonfires and jam sessions, looking out over this beautiful lawn and field. As part of phase 2, the interior work, there will be a small addition coming off the back of the building right here, which will consist of a stairway leading down into the undercroft, an interior stairway, an office, and 2 offices actually, and expanded room for restrooms and kitchens. So it's not huge, just going to come out a little bit, but it's going to be a big game changer for us. Right off the back of the church here is going to be another small addition. That will be part of phase 2 as well, coming out to about here. And that will be an expanded sacristy and vestry and additional storage space perhaps. There they are, chowing down. Get it while you can, boys. Lent starts in a couple days. You see, we used to have a number of trees here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there was 5, one over by the sign. We took these trees out because they were obscuring the church. No one knew we were here. Now, before you say, oh, Father Gordon hates trees, he hates the environment, blah, 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 nothing could be further from the truth. As part of the building project, we have to have a certain number of trees and plantings and shrubs and bushes put in. And we're going to do that. And we're going to get ones that fit the property better, that are native species. We've already started meeting with the landscaper to discuss that, discuss our prayer garden we're going to have out here. So we're very environmentally conscious here at the church, and we love to take care of God's beautiful creation. So how much is all of this going to cost? Well, here we have it. Phase 1A, the scope of work: create additional parking in the rear of the church, create stormwater management facilities. Here are the costs associated with all of that. And you see a lot of it is just the site work, earthwork, utilities, demolition, removal, parking lot and road entrance for the construction crews and so forth. So it's all necessary to get it done. The total cost is $168,000. We are trying to raise $150,000 because the vestry has set aside $18,000 as seed money for this project. We currently have just under $13,000 raised, so we definitely need your generous contributions. The improvements that will come from this are: Phase 1A, we will go from 17 parking spaces to 34 spaces. And then, of course, we're going to get probably 8 or 10 more for Phase 1B. Stormwater management, there will be no more swampy area between us and the neighbors. I didn't go into that out there, but between our property and the neighbors, the land gets pretty low. And when there's a lot of rain, it gets kind of mushy and you see water pulling up. Drives the neighbors crazy, drives us crazy. So all that's going to be tied into our drainage system to mitigate that. And then we're going to have beautiful landscaped bioretention facilities that are just going to look great. Here is an overview. So we have here the existing building with the entrances, the existing parking. What we're going to do then is add 17 new spaces, and then 2 micro retention ponds. So there we are. And then for 1B, I have a separate display for that I'll show you when we get to that point. We're going to have parking up here, the entrance area, sidewalks, and so forth. So that is phase 1A. We've got to get that done before we do any of the interior work, any of the interior expansion. So I need a generous person out there, or generous people, to give St. Albans Church $137,000. $137,000, and we can start on phase 1A. Or perhaps the Lord has really blessed you, and you have even more money than that. So drop in the bucket, and you want to serve the Lord. Give some more money to St. Albans so we can just do the whole project. Why wait? Give it to St. Albans now, and let's build God's kingdom. Let's build the Catholic faith in its classical Anglican expression right up here in Harford County, Maryland. Your money will go to great use and serve many generations. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact the church, contact me. If you would like to give, you can give online. Go to our website. There's a link in the description, and you can give online to our project. Thank you, and God bless you for your generosity.